Welcome to Some Guy's Garage. Something a bit different today. The manufacturer of these actually contacted me after my toolbox tour video and said, hey, I should give these a try. And although they weren't offering them for free, you can see they're made in Canada. And being a fellow Canadian from the land of maple syrup, I decided it was worth a try to check them out. So I bought these on Amazon with my own money. They were on a Prime deal for around $50, but typically they're a little bit more than that, $60, $70. And this is a 8-pack of mixed tool holders. So there's 5 to actually hold tools and 3 to hold batteries. And it's designed specifically for the DeWalt 20-volt tools. So today I'm going to take a look at them, check them out. I haven't opened it up yet or had any kind of first impressions, so you'll get to see it firsthand with me. So let's get started. Okay, opening up the packaging here. I already slit this open with a knife. And folds pretty nicely. So what do we got? We have a small screwdriver. Looks like a Torx is branded. Not sure what that's for yet, but we'll see. So a bunch of wood screws here. They are combo heads, which is kind of nice. So Robertson, because we are from Canada, and Phillips as well. Looks like enough to mount them all. And then the tool holders themselves. So let's dump them out here. A little bit of instructions. Actually, some more papers there. And another tool holder. So that's everything out of the box. Looks like, oh, that's kind of clever. They paired them up. So it takes up a little less space. So if I separate all these out, yeah, there we go. Let me just organize these quickly. Okay, so have the 5 tool holders, the 3 battery holders, some instructions here. Let's have a look at these. Some instructions. Shows compatibility only with the 20 volt. We'll try that today. I have the 60 volt and 12 volt, so we'll see if they do fit. Shows some orientations. Can't go upside down apparently. Pretty much all other ways. 2 or 3 screws each. Says to try and mount them onto studs or something like that. And just some ways to click it on and off, and potentially a lock there. It says also, I guess, if you have a tool clip, to add a riser block, so put some spacer somewhere to make some extra space for it. Okay, so pretty decent instructions. Let's see what else we got here. So another sheet here talking about adjustments. They say adjustments are optional, but that's what that little Torx screwdriver is. Looks like there's probably a hole, I'm gonna guess right here in the tool, that lets you adjust how tight it fits on the actual tool. Okay, interesting. I've never known to, I mean, that looks like an assembly thing, but I guess if that loosens or tightens that fit on there, well, I guess we'll see about that in a bit. And just as well, there is a business card and a sticker. So pretty cool. Now, first impressions of the tool holders. The actual build looks pretty good. There's no sharp edges. So, you know, typically with injection molding, you'll find a sharp edge. I'm not seeing any of that, so that's kind of nice to see. Looks like 3 screws for the tool holders and then only 2 for the batteries. Same deal with these, no injection molding lines, nice and smooth. Looks pretty good, and they're not flimsy, actually. So that's pretty cool to see. Let's see then how it fits with the tool. So this is just one of the DeWalt newer atomic drills. So we'll take one of the tool holders here and slide it in and see how it fits. Oh, very tight actually. Maybe too tight. Okay, try a different one here just to see if there's any variation. Not really. So I guess that's why they include that adjustment thing. So let's give that a try, see what happens here. Can't turn it, so that's a bit of a problem. Let me get a larger screwdriver there. Okay, so I got a larger screwdriver here. I'll loosen that off a turn. There we go, it does snap in at that point. I don't really like the idea of having to adjust the tool itself to allow that to happen. Not sure how I like that for fit and finish of things, but I don't know if that's, yeah, that looks like it is just for assembling the tool itself. Might be a case where they kind of break in after a little while as well, but yeah, that's definitely pretty tight. So let's try it on the battery here as well. So I have a 2 amp hour battery here. Now that's a better fit. Yeah, it's a little loose, but I guess because of the locking mechanism of the battery, that makes it really easy to actually assemble. So the battery side fits really good. Let's try it with a couple other batteries here. actually I have another, the DCB, I think this is 923 or DCF 923. We'll see how that fits on there. Same thing, really tight lock. Might be better when it's actually hung up, but not too sure how I feel about that. But another battery, another tool holder, that works really well. So definitely the fit of the battery holders is much better than the tool holders. I'm just going to try another one just to be really thorough here. Yeah, it is quite tight. A little better on that one though. So they do say it's not compatible with 12 volt. I have one of the older 12 volt screwdrivers. Pretty sure the tool side's not going to fit. It's pretty obvious. But you can charge the 12 volt batteries with the other chargers, so I'm wondering if those will fit at all. And looks like no. Now we got another problem here. What are they hung up on? All right, so battery is stuck in here. Looks like there's a little tab just down in here. I don't know if you can see that. That's getting hung up on. There it goes. Okay, yeah, so won't work with the 12 volt batteries either. And just for completeness sake, let's try the 60 volt. Now, obviously they're not expected to work, so we'll give it the battery a try first. Looks like it actually works for the 60 volt batteries. So that's cool. Yep. Yeah, so you can actually hang up the 60 volt. So I have a 9 amp hour flex pack here. So the 60 volt batteries actually do work with it. That's cool. Let's try the 60 volt tool here as well. I'm just going to leave this on the bench and we'll try and slide this in. And no, it looks like we get locked out right here. So these, let me get that in better position for you. These two tabs here lock out against the frame of this. So yeah, I guess only the 20 volt tools as they say, but the battery wise, you can use the 20 volt or the 60 volt, just not the 12 volt. So good to know. All right, let's try installing them. I don't quite know where in the garage I'm going to use them yet, and until such time, I'm just going to try installing them on some lumber here. The one thing I did just realize is even with the shorter screws they have here, which I believe are used more for these, it does say in the instructions, but that actually has more of a stick out. It looks about an inch there, and so you wouldn't be able to put it into even 3/4 inch plywood. So the included screws won't work for normal, say, cabinetry or something like that, where usually it is 3/4 inch. So we'll set that aside for now, and we'll do it on a 2x6 here. Keep in mind, though, that in a garage or shed, a lot of the time you're going to have dimensional lumber as the framing anyway. So that might work out well for a lot of people, but just something to keep in mind that you might need extra screws if you're going into plywood. In the case of 2x material, it's all right. They won't poke through just barely on this one. They actually have the 2 different length screws here. I'll show you. So there's the couple different lengths. And that, because of the shape of these, gives you that extra depth. But yeah, let's go ahead and try and install these. I'm not even going to aim really. I've got 3 screws here, my impact driver. Probably not a good idea to use an impact driver on this. It would probably just keep going right through, but fast and lazy, right? All right, so that's attached now. On there good. You probably see, yep. And let's pull the tool off. So there's with the clip why they're saying a spacer is necessary. It won't sit there without the either this nut on the tool or a block to raise it up. So I'll use a different tool here. I'll use one of the impact wrenches. And so let's slide that on. Yeah, still very tight, kind of like what I saw earlier. I'll try the drill instead here. Hopefully that fits on a bit better. Yeah, so there's the drill on there. Definitely well anchored. There's no flimsiness. So definitely that's the one good side of these things. They are very well built in terms of strength. There's no wiggle or anything. And I wouldn't hesitate to hang even, a circular saw or a jigsaw. Actually, we can try the jigsaw here. Let's give that a go. So this is the DeWalt 20 volt, the older jigsaw here. So it looks like actually there's, if you can see here, there's a bit of interference going on. I don't think if I pull that out of the way that the plate's still not going to clear. So I guess, yeah, it works well enough for the drills, but some of the tools might not work with it, at least without a spacer block. Okay, and let's try a battery holder next. So I'll grab 2 of the shorter screws here and we'll run that down. Just got to put my battery back on here, but let's give that a try as well. So that's on there. I'll grab a 5 amp hour pack here. And yeah, like I said, the fit on those is much better. Like, hangs nicely. I guess you would hang it this way, and easy enough to get at the latch and get it in and out, but nice and smooth. So those fit really well on the batteries. We'll try a 9 amp hour here just to see for sure on the other bigger pack. But yeah, there we go. So 9 amp hour pack, can kind of see it from a different angle here, but is able to hang those just nicely and comes out easily enough. So I guess overall first impressions, the battery holders seem great. They, good fit and nice that they work on the 20 volt and 60 volt. The tool holders, on the other hand, a couple deficiencies. I think number one, they're just a bit tight, and that might break in over time. Hard to say, but I think they could be made just a little looser so that the tool slides on and off easier. I'm guessing the reason they do that is more so that the tools, you could mount them at, funny angles and they wouldn't go anywhere. But I don't think, unless you're kind of mobile with the tools, if you're mounting this in a work van, I don't think that trade-off is good for the average homeowner who's just going to mount them on a wall. And I'd rather not have to go into all of my tools and muck with whatever screw that is. That just seems a little bit wrong. Second thing is clearance. So like we saw with the belt clip, although they do mention it, so they're aware of it, but the belt clip or with the jigsaw here, that it doesn't clear. So that'd be the problem no matter what the brand of tool holder was, or even if you 3D printed them yourself or anything, you would still run into that clearance issue. And raising them up is not the end of the world if you needed to make sure those tools fit. Either way, overall build quality and fit and finish of them themselves are really good. Even after pulling them out, the holes are, nice and solid here, and I didn't have any fear about the impact driver doing damage, so that's really nice. And like I said, made in Canada. So that's one of the big things. Tools made in North America are nice, and certainly the quality shows beyond what you would get from, say, a Chinese manufacturer. So that definitely gets extra points in my book. Anyway, I'll see where I can fit these into my workspace. They'll probably go up in one of the cupboards with the rest of the tools and see if it makes a better organization. I'm definitely going to use the battery holders first. I do have usually a few spare batteries kicking around, and having something to put those on would be nice. Regardless, we'll see what I can do about the tool holders. If you have any other questions about them, let me know in the comments below. If you aren't already subscribed, please consider it. And as always, thanks for watching.